Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're outside today. We're getting ready to move our Trans Am from our fab shop back over to the body shop. So let me get the camera turned around here and I'll show you where we're at. So the first thing you can tell there is we have new wheels and tires mounted on this car. So I'll just jump right in there to that. These wheels are from ProWheel.com. This is their billet snowflake wheel. We did an 18 by 12 on the rear. And then on the front is an 18 by 9. For tires, we went with the Continental Extreme Contact. We did 335/30 18s on the rear. And then the front is a 255/35 18. So again, those are the billet wheels. We did the gold inlay there, and then don't pay attention to there. I know we don't have all the lug nuts on. We got to take these wheels right back off as soon as we get it over to the body shop. Another thing that you'll notice too is we haven't adjusted anything on our chassis. So we've got a lot of suspension adjustments to do there. We've got a little bit more gap back here on the rear than what we'd like. I know we still got to add some weight back here. We'll probably adjust the front up just a little bit maybe, and then bring the back down. Obviously we got to put the rear bumper back on, finish fitting all of that. But we'll get all that took care of here in this next stage. We just kind of wanted to stop here and kind of give us an overall look at where we're at on it before we move it over into the body shop and start body work on it tomorrow. Again, everything is looking really, really good. Once we fit the rear bumper, we'll come back in and set all of our gaps there. The front bumper fits up pretty decent for it to be fiberglass. The passenger side here doesn't fit up quite as well, so we'll do a little bit of fiberglass work there on our bumper to make those match. Again, we've got our hood off. We'll set it back on, finalize our gaps there. We don't have everything hooked up here on the front. We haven't cranked the engine or anything yet. We've got to pull the fenders back off when we paint it. So there may be some hoses and stuff here that has to be, undone so us to be able to get the fenders back off on the passenger side especially, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. The doors will come back off when we paint it. Everything will come back apart, but we've got to get it together so we can make sure that our gaps are good. So that's what we're working on now. We're also going to be doing the Fessler glass, flush fit glass, front and rear. So we're going to test fit all the glass, make sure that it's good. I've never used that glass. I just want to make sure everything is good before we paint it, being as we did do the roof swap on it. Same thing with the windshield, we'll check it. And then I'm also going to come back in, we'll test fit all of our T-top glasses, make sure that they all fit. Everything's good on those as well before we go into paint. So again, a lot of fitment, making sure everything is dialed in 100% before we paint it. So this is, I know we've kind of took a break here the last couple of weeks. You hadn't really seen a video. We've been super busy here at the shop. So let me kind of show you a few of the projects that we've been working on and why we haven't really been doing much to the Trans Am. So I want to give a quick shout out to ProWheels.com. That's where we went to get our wheels for the Trans Am. Again, super, super easy to deal with. A little backstory there, when we got ready to order the wheels, we knew the wheel that we wanted. We reached out to two pretty reputable companies here in the Trans Am world, one especially, and I was really shocked. Apparently there's one person in the entire company that can sell a set of custom wheels. Never there, never would return a phone call. So I just finally give up on them. We moved over to company two. Company two was a little bit easier to deal with, or seemed to be up front. Never would really give me a call back when it come time to finalize the order. Finally did reach out to him. And again, it's a smaller company, but that individual was apparently really busy that day and never did call me back. So I got tired of dealing with all of that, went straight to the source. We found the Pro Wheel actually manufactures that wheel. So we called them up, we give them all of our measurements that we needed, no problem, super easy to deal with, paid for them. 8 weeks later, they show up. At one point in time, they did give us a call, had us a couple of questions about our brake setup and some couple of measurements there, get them the information that they needed, and they got us our wheels to them, and we could not be more pleased dealing with them. Again, they're not paying me to say this, but I give credit where credit's due. Super easy company to deal with. If you need a set of these billet wheels for your Trans Am, they offer several different sizes, or just other cars. They've got several different designs. So if you're needing a set of billet wheels, be sure to check out ProWheel.com. Again, our tires come from TireRack.com. Super easy to deal with there. I love the fact that we can type in the tire sizes that we need, and they show us a variety of brands that are available in those sizes. Again, matching tread was a big thing for us, and that seems to be a little bit harder than what I would initially have thought, but TireRack.com made it super easy to make that happen as well. So we got our 69 Bronco here that Troy's been working on. As you can see here, I've come back in and I had to build all of this bracing here to hold this. We're getting ready to take the body off of this thing and put it on the rotisserie. And I've tried a couple of different ways over the years when we've worked on Broncos, and I've not really had that great of success. So I'm gonna try this, but this sheet metal is so flimsy up here on the front of this thing. We've always had problems with it trying to buckle or fold in half when we mount it on the rotisserie. And we're trying to get to where we can work on the bottom side, so we've got to spray all of our epoxy primer or undercoatings and all that seam sealer and everything there on the bottom side of the body. So we don't need frame rails or that in the way once we get it on the rotisserie. We need access to everything on the bottom. So we come up with this here. It all bolts together. Hopefully this is going to work. One of the things that I also had to do, which is why we've been so busy here at the shop, my lift, I had a cylinder went down on my lift here, so we had to pull the cylinder out, take it, and have it rebuilt. So we just got that back up and going today. So I've been down, my rack's been down here. But the body on this, Troy spent a lot of time. We've already got all the rough end body work. The outside of it is in a 2K primer. And again, we're waiting on the inside here. A lot of that is still bare metal. We're gonna come back in. We're gonna seam seal everything. We've got to spray epoxy in here. We've got lizard skin going in. We've got a Raptor liner top coat. So a lot going on here with that. Once we get everything off, and then while we've got the body off, we're gonna go ahead and work on the chassis and get it ready to paint as well. We've had to go back in and add some shock mounts here for the rear. We've added hoop up here for the front for dual shocks on the front. So we've got to get all that finished up, and we'll repaint the chassis once it's all apart. So a lot of work to do on this one, but we're moving along, making pretty good progress on it. And we've also got two other projects that we've been working on that we've been doing some paint work on. So let me show you those. The first one here is our 66 Mustang coupe. This is a little 289 automatic car. This is a little car we've nicknamed a COVID coupe. We actually started working on this car during COVID. It's a lot of new sheet metal on this car. We've got new quarters, new roof skin, new floor panels, lots and lots of new work. But it's been kind of one of those projects that it actually belongs to my dad. So it's kind of been on the back burner for the last couple of years. We've just kind of worked on it as we could, as he had time, as I had time. But we finally got it to the point where it was close to paint. So we took a couple of weeks and just really hammered down, me and another guy. Got in here, got the body work finished up. We got all the 2K primer sprayed. We block sanded it. We got everything ready to paint. We went ahead and painted it. As you can see here, we've polished it, and we started putting all the trim, emblems, and all that stuff back on it. We're waiting on a few things there. We're going to go ahead and get the glass put in it, both the windshield and the back glass. Go ahead and have those done. And this one, we headed back to his house, and he can finish all the reassembly from there. We've got pretty much all the hard stuff done. I've got the brand new vintage air unit mounted under the dash. We've got a new American Auto wire harness for it. He's going to kind of work on some of that. But as you can see here, we've worked on this thing. It's all been undercoated inside and out here. This is all Raptor lined. It's got all new brakes. We've got disc brakes on the front. There's factory drums on the back. A lot of new trim and stuff. We're actually going to flip this car and sell it. So if you're interested in a nice little 289 Mustang, we've got one for sale there. I've also got my wife's 66 Mustang back here. I've been doing some work on it, getting the bumpers and stuff put back on it, some trim, just lots of little stuff. We're same thing on it. We're waiting on the glass guy to show up. We're putting the windshield back glass in it, and This one is pretty much wired. We're just got a few little odd and end things to finish up on it, some weather stripping. I've got to run a fuel line, brake lines, just a little stuff on it, and then we'll have that one finished up hopefully pretty soon. So, but that's not even the other project. We've got yet another one that we've got painted over in a paint shop. Troy's working on doing the buffing and polishing on it. So let me take you over there and show you what we've got. So we've got our 83 Jeep CJ7 here that we've got completely painted now. Troy's finishing up the buffing and polishing on it. We've completely took this thing down, epoxied it. We've got Raptor liner underneath the bottom. We've got Raptor liner on the inside. We epoxied it, the outside, 2K primer, paint, clear. Now we're polishing. We've got all the pieces, the roll bar, the hood, the tailgate, fenders, everything on this thing is apart. The owner brought it to us in pieces, already disassembled, made it really easy on us. And so all we had to do is do the paint body, finishing it out, and we're gonna send it on out the door. We redone the hard top for him. We'll put the top, the glass and stuff back in it tomorrow. But everything on this thing turned out super, super nice. See there, he's finishing up just a little bit of buffing and polishing on it. Then hopefully we'll have this one out of here within probably tomorrow. We'll have it finished up, I think. So everything on it turned out extremely well. Owner come by today, inspected everything, said he was really pleased with it. This one we didn't go just super overboard as far as the refinishing on it. We did minor body work, just fixing a few little dings in it, but we kind of kept, hopefully you can catch this. You can catch it hopefully there in that black. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see some little dents there. Those are not really dents. That's where they put these things together at the factory. Owner kind of wanted to keep some of that originality there on it. So we didn't over restore this one. It's just restored with a really, really nice factory paint job. And then of course we went back in and polished and buffed and on the paint. Again, not overdoing it, but just cleaning it up, making it a lot nicer than what it was from the factory. And over in the paint booth here, we moved our C10 project over here. John's got the majority of the body work knocked out. We've got all of our gaps and stuff set on it. We want to go ahead and put this in a round of primer. We've got a little bit more sanding and some prep work to do there. Get it all taped up, and then we're going to get some primer put on the cab and kind of see where we're at with everything. I'm sure we'll have to go back in and do some fine tuning on some stuff, but just a lot of wave in this truck here. So it's just a skim coat there on the hood. I know it looks like a lot of filler. It's really just a real thin skim to get a little bit of the wave out of it. But everything on this thing is shaping up to be a really nice build. Again, this one's sitting on a Roadster Shop chassis, LSX 454 engine, and she is setting low. Now that's not the correct wheels and tires. Those are just rollers, obviously, so it's setting a little lower probably than what it will once we get the proper wheels and tires on it. But as you can see there, she's going to make a super nice truck. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Once we get this thing primed, we're going to go ahead and be working on the bed of this truck and doing some body work, kind of getting it caught up to where the cab is at, and give that primer a time to kind of cure out a little bit as well. So as you can see there, we have no shortage of projects going on here at the shop. We have been super busy, and I do apologize for not getting some videos out here. But you know, we get to a point where you just have to kind of buckle down and go to work, and that's where it's at. We've had a lot of stuff moving around, trying to get the Mustang painted, getting the Jeep painted, getting those out of the way so I can get to the Trans Am. Again, getting everything moved around to where I could get to my lift to get it fixed. So we've had a lot going on here, and it's just been super busy. But I hope you've enjoyed this update here. I know it's kind of been all over the place talking about all these projects. Again, tomorrow we're moving the Trans Am over, and I'm starting the body work on it, so we'll be sure to start picking up filming back on that one again as well. But I appreciate you guys tuning in, and again, if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, really helps us out. And hey, we'll catch you on the next one.